The United States has announced that it has successfully thwarted an alleged plot to assassinate an American citizen in New York who advocated for a separate Sikh state. Nikhil Gupta, an Indian national, has been accused of attempting to hire a hitman for $100,000 in cash. However, unbeknownst to Gupta, the hitman was actually an undercover federal agent. Gupta, 52, has been charged with the plot and is currently in custody in the Czech Republic awaiting extradition. According to prosecutors, Gupta was allegedly directed by an unnamed Indian government official who has not been charged in the indictment. The White House has raised the issue of the alleged assassination plot with India at the highest levels, and Indian officials have responded with surprise and concern. The Indian government has stated that it is conducting an investigation into the matter. While the target of the plot has not been named by prosecutors, U.S. media reports suggest that it was Gurpatwant Singh Pannun, a dual U.S.-Canadian citizen and member of a U.S.-based Sikh activist group. Sikhs are a religious minority in India, comprising about 2% of the population. Some Sikh groups have long called for a separate homeland. This news comes after Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau recently stated that there is credible evidence linking the Indian government to the murder of another Sikh activist in British Columbia in June. However, India has denied any involvement in that killing. According to court documents unsealed on Wednesday, prosecutors allege that Gupta was recruited by an Indian government employee in May. The two met in Delhi to discuss the potential assassination. Gupta allegedly wrote in a text message to the official, "We will hit all our targets." The indictment claims that Gupta suggested posing as a client to lure the target to a location where he could be easily executed. He intended to meet a hitman in New York City, but instead, he was introduced to an undercover law enforcement officer who offered to carry out the killing for $100,000. Prosecutors state that Gupta paid $15,000 upfront through an associate on June 9, and the indictment includes a photograph of this payment. He was arrested later that month in the Czech Republic. The target of the plot was reportedly an associate of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, the leader of the Sikh independence movement who was murdered by a masked gunman in Canada in June. Shortly after Nijjar's murder, Gupta allegedly received a video clip from the Indian official showing Nijjar's bloody body in his vehicle. The indictment claims that the Indian official then sent Gupta the target's address. Gupta has been charged with murder for hire and conspiracy. Each charge carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison in New York.